Bonjour Mathilde.
Bonjour Nick,
Euh, Comment tu t'appelles?
je m'appelle Mathilde.
Enchanté Mathilde.
Enchantée Nick.
And all our followers and the people watching us, that was the extent of my amazing French. For those of you who don't know, that was hello, what is your name, and nice to meet you. After that, I'm completely stuck. So for the rest of the interview, I'll be doing it in English.
Me too, I guess.
Thank you, Mathilde. That would be like amazing for me. Otherwise, it'll be a one-sided interview. I'll just be sitting there like,
My
okay.
pleasure.
Well, thanks so much for joining us, Mathilde. It's awesome to see you again. I know we normally see each other as a team because you're part of the Emzingo team that worked with us recently with Ren and Carlotta. And I just want to thank you for joining me today so that our followers can learn more about you.
Thank you, Nick. I'm really happy to be here today too.
Thanks.
It's a pleasure.
So let's jump straight into it. Who is Mathilde?
Well, I'll start by the beginning. I was born in France, as you probably know. Then I moved a lot with my parents, and each time I had to rebuild a new life. I guess it gave me the taste for challenges and change. Um, then I think it becomes important in grade 10 because I did an exchange to Canada for 11 weeks where I learned English.
Okay.
And there I realized how great the school system was, and I decided that I wanted to study there. So that was my new goal. I wanted to go study to McGill University in Montreal. I had to fight for that a lot because my teachers in France did not make the effort to understand what McGill was and what studying abroad was and what it could bring to me, and they were against it. But I still made it. I still made it to McGill into the faculty of management. And McGill is a really big part of my life, and I'm really proud of it. Another part of my life is that my sister and we were born with a genetic disease. So I guess health and well-being and genetics has always been part of my life. And at McGill, I realized how much passionate about it I was, and I decided that I wanted to transfer to the Faculty of Science and study genetics so that I could make a difference in this field. So that's where I am. I love well-being, health, and management.
That's a good, well-rounded package you got there. Health, well-being, and management is a killer combo. Can you tell us a bit more about your genetic disorder?
So my genetic disorder is called Hirschsprung. It's a disorder of how to say that? It's in your stomach. So basically, when I was born, what I was eating was stuck in my stomach, and so at some point you just intoxicate yourself.
Okay.
So you have to undergo a surgery so that the surgeon can cut the part of your stomach that is not working, and then it works again. So for example, my sister did two-thirds of her column out.
Wow.
So it's a pretty big deal when you're a child. Yeah, I think she got back home after 2 months or something like that after she was born. It's pretty stressful.
Yeah, I can
But
imagine.
so that's why I would like to make some change about that.
That's cool. And is your sister older or younger than you?
She's younger. I have two little sisters, and I'm the older one.
So you got to look after them.
Yeah, and it's a big task.
Well, with you studying management now and then crossing over to science and with your focus on genetics, I think that's really, really cool. So what are you currently working on?
So currently I'm on holidays, so I'm more working on my suntan and my
Nice.
science fiction culture. But more seriously, in September, I will join a lab. So basically, I contacted a professor that is specialized in my genetic disease that is working at UCAM University, which is just beside McGill.
Okay.
So I contacted him. I was like, hey, I have this sickness and I would like to help. Can I join your lab? And he said, yes, I will be very happy. So I'm going to make research on my genetic disorder. And in this lab, they found a way to avoid surgery.
Wow.
When children are born with this disease, they found a way to avoid the surgery. And they will use stem cell therapies and stuff like that. And they want to develop a biotech and work with pharmaceutical companies to develop therapeutics. And so I'll be part of that project, and I'm super happy to be part of this.
Yeah.
Really.
I know during our time where we worked together, you did mention that, and when you got accepted into this program, I know you were very, very, very excited, and I mean it still shows. And that was quite a while ago when you got accepted. So I'm really, really happy for you, and I know it's gonna take you far, and you're gonna learn a lot. So I'm guessing the next thing I wanted to ask you was, what are your plans for the future? But I guess you've already answered them, right? Do you want to work with this company and basically change people's lives?
That's part of my future, yes. And another part would be, I guess, extend that to directly at the study level. So I would like to make a club at McGill. Not a nightclub.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking like, okay, club at McGill. Yeah.
So no. Um, although I hope nightclub are gonna open again. But no, I would like I would like to make a club that would make management and science students work together more closely, because I would like to help bridge the gap between discoveries and therapeutics. And I think team working between management students and science students could help, because there is kind of a gap between when researchers find something and when they actually make therapeutics. There is like a huge step that is really hard to fulfill. And I would like to make students from management and science work together so that they can learn from each other and bridge this gap.
I think that's really cool because, you know, as you were mentioning now, you know, once a researcher or a scientist finds something, that's their skill. Their skill is to find it and you know, test it and whatever. And then their skill might not be, I mean, I'm sure there are some researchers out there that can do it, but for the majority, I'm sure that's what their comfort zone is. You know, research and finding things and whatever, but not selling it or not like taking it to the next level or releasing it to a market or anything like that. So I think that's a really, really cool idea. And I mean, it's the same from the other aspect where management doesn't have any idea, or those management students wouldn't have any idea of the research, but they might have the know-how on how to do it. So I think that's really cool. And do you know, like, do you have an idea on how to start that? Do you have a time goal in mind, anything of that nature?
I don't have a time goal, but I did contact a really cool teacher at McGill.
Nice.
And asked him if he would talk about it with me and maybe like be part of it. So I don't want to rush it. Also, I was only a first year student last year. So I would like to get to know science a bit more, so that I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So take it slow and talk with experts such as this teacher.
And you mentioned now that last year was your first year, which makes this year your second year. How many years do you have to study?
At McGill, I plan on studying for 3.5 years.
Okay.
uh, because I'm not taking the full course load throughout the semester, so that I can have time. Last year, I was doing synchronized swimming at the national level, so that
Ooh,
I had I had practice for like 10 hours a week.
sure.
So I wanted to keep time for that. And next semester, I want to keep time for the lab.
Yeah. Synchronized swimming. I've never met a person who does synchronized swimming. That's awesome. So,
It's
um,
cool.
you have to break that down for us, please, because I mean, this is quite interesting. So,
Do you
how
want
did
me
you get into it?
to? So yeah, it's so synchronized swimming. It's super hard, really, because you have to hold your breath, and while you're doing cool stuff in the water. Um, and I was part of the McGill team, and we went to the national championship,
Wow.
and we won the national
Oh,
championship. So
wow.
we're actually
Zoom high five.
yay! So yeah, it's super cool, and you can start whenever you want, Nick. So
I think I might skip that. My swimming's not so strong. Nikki's the swimmer. I'll watch.
but definitely watch at the Olympics. Watch synchronized swimming and try to like it's when you watch it, it feels like it's super easy, but it's super hard, and the girls are probably dying on the water,
Yeah.
really.
No, I can imagine. I mean, I have watched it before. As you mentioned, you're underwater and you're holding your breath and you're doing these exercise, these movements and stuff. And obviously it's got to be synchronized. So, and I can imagine that it's not so easy to keep time because can you hear music and stuff, or are you underwater and you can't?
No, you're on the water. You can hear the music, and you have to count all the time. Always
Okay.
be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And sometimes the trick is that the music changes because you have like maybe like three types of music in the same like choreography.
Mm-hmm.
So the rhythm of the music changes also. So when you're swimming and doing your stuff, you have to count the first music, and maybe the first one is really fast, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the second one is more slow, so you're
Yeah.
like, okay, now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all of the team
Yeah.
has to know the rhythm
Yeah.
of the music.
And how big is your are you still currently doing it now?
Because of the coronavirus, I think I don't know if the season is gonna happen,
Okay.
and also I have the lab. So I don't know if I'm going to do it
Okay.
again next year, maybe for my last year. But the team we were 7 or 8. I think you can swim at 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 9 swimmers.
That's awesome. So when you do have another session or something, please get someone to record it and share it with us, because we'll be
I
like,
have
yeah,
some. I
we know that
can.
person. Yay.
Okay, I'll do so.
So I know working with you, you're very energetic. You're very lively. What keeps you motivated? What keeps you going?
I think really it's passionate people. Um, I love to work with passionate people. It doesn't really matter what they're passionate about. To me, it's more about like their energy and what they want to do.
Mm.
And yeah, I just like to see, to see the light in their eyes when
Yeah.
they're talking about what they're doing. That's whoa. That's amazing.
And we had a lot of those moments during our Emzingo session.
In
Like that
2020.
was really cool with the whole team when we had like some idea and we were like, yes, that was cool. I mean, now that we're talking about it, do you want to share with our followers your Emzingo journey? Like, how did you hear about it? Did you always want to do it? Tell us all about it.
I guess I was studying in the library, and I received an email, and I was like, whoa, a trip to Peru and South Africa, and you meet startuppers. Whoa. And then I applied. I did the interview. I didn't get in because I was
Oh,
too young. and then because of the coronavirus, they could take more people because it was online. So I had the chance to come and meet Nick and Nicole at Smurgos, and I'm super happy about that.
yeah.
Thank you, coronavirus. And then I met Carlota and Ren.
Mm.
Wow, those people blow my mind. Blow my mind, really. Um, they're great, and I think we did a very great work together,
Mm.
and yeah, it was a great energy in this team, and I really liked it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna keep in touch with all of you guys. I know we're gonna talk about this more when we have our group interview together. But working with you guys was really, really awesome. So we definitely want to keep in touch. And then, do you have a favorite author or quote that kind of resonates with you?
I think one of my favorite quotes, you probably know it, is that I am the master of my fate and I am the captain of my soul.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Invictus with my family when I
Nice.
was like 12, and I really loved that movie. The energy, it was just crazy, and I think to me this quote means that you can do whatever you want, and there is no limits, and yeah, you could be your own limits, but you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. So you kind of, you are like, I'm not changing the quote or anything, but you kind of like are the master of your own destiny. Like if you want to do something, you can do it.
Yeah,
Or you can be held back by your own.
yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
so we're nearing the end because I know you're on holiday and I don't want you to spend too much time away from your family and that awesome sun. I'm quite jealous because it's still winter here. I'm sitting in long sleeve top and everything, although it is starting to warm up slightly. Luckily, because I'm really not a winter guy. I was talking to friends yesterday and we were saying, like, would you possibly move overseas? And I was saying, I can't really go anywhere where there's snow because I would die. I can't really handle South African winter, let alone like more crazy winter like that. So from my side, I'm not going to keep you too much longer because I'm jealous that you've got all that sun and family time. But is there anything else that you would like to share with us before you go?
First, I would like to tell you that I was so scared of winter before, and then I went to Montreal, and it's like -20, but you don't even feel it because you can go skiing everywhere. You can actually do activities with the snow. And Nick, you should try that. Really, you should try. It's amazing. It's really amazing.
Okay.
And
Well, I know you have to come and visit South Africa, right? We were talking
yeah,
about that. So you come to South Africa and then I'll go to Montreal.
okay, that's fair enough. And I think if I had to say something, I think with my experience, I learned that, as I said before, you could be your own, you are the one fixing your own limits. So really, you can change the world if you want.
Mm.
But you have to be sure about it. Like you have to convince yourself that you can. And I think that's the hardest part. And then everything comes.
Yeah. And I think you are on that path. I mean, working with the people that you're working with and having the goal that you have, to help the people with your genetic disorder, and to create that club as well, I think would be awesome. And I think you've got like that goal like clearly in your mind. And I think, as you said now, you've got to convince yourself. And I think you've convinced yourself. And I think it's awesome. And thank you so much for chatting to me today. And we will see you at the group interview when we interview everybody together.
Thank you, Nick. It was really a pleasure.
Bye.